So we've all asked ourselves the question, how does he do that? That's a throwback to Noah. And in this case, I'm going to be teaching you how to play Neon. And the first thing we're going to need to do is tune this low E string down to a C. And you do that by tuning to the C that's on the 3rd fret of the A string. The important part of the technique that John employs is in the right hand, and as you probably know or have heard, you're only going to play with 2 fingers. You're going to play with your thumb and your index finger. And the key here is the angle that you're going to need your fingers on the guitar. Like, I see a lot of guys get back and play with their hand flat, even if it's not Neon, just in general. The thing you want to do, like if you watch John, he has his hand like his fingers are doubled over for whatever reason, and his hand is kind of up like this, bouncing back and forth. And I think that's because the angle you're going to get, especially with your thumb on the G string, is going to be, it's going to make it a lot easier to play, and it's going to sound a lot better if your hand's up like that. And then the other part of the technique is you're going to be alternating fingers. You're always going to play, every time your thumb plays a note, your index finger is going to play a note, pick up, and every time your index finger picks up, your thumb's going to be playing, hitting, even if it's not playing a note, it's going to be playing or slapping the strings. So I'm going to assume that you already know the shapes of the chords, so I'm not going to teach you that. I'm just going to go right into the intro. The first part that he plays, even though it's only 3 notes, is going to be, even though it's only 3 notes, you're going to play the strings, or hit the strings, whatever you want to call it, 6 times. So you're still going to go thumb, pick up with your index, thumb, index, thumb, index. So just to play that C, that G, and that F, you're going to still play 6 times. So it would go thumb, thumb, index, you're just muting it with your index finger of your other hand, thumb for a tap, and then you pick up, another tap, and you play the G or the F. Now, as you move into the rest of the chords, even though you're going to be alternating fingers, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're alternating like the order of the strings. You're still playing them in order. You're still going to go. So it would be like if you're using all 4 of your fingers and playing the strings in order. So that having been said, your thumb is always going to play the low C. Your index finger is always going to play the D string, and then your thumb's going to play the 3rd string, and then your index finger is going to play the B string, or the 2 string. And then the only exception is going to be on the, when you come back up the strings, your index finger is also going to play that last note. So slowly it would go. So and the exception to that would be on the second to last chord. You can play by strumming your thumb all the way down the strings and then picking up with your index finger on the last note. So it'll sound like that. The only hard part is then you have to get to this chord quicker. So once you feel pretty comfortable with that, you got your right hand going back and forth, alternating between your thumb and index pretty easily, and like you're accurate on the notes. The next part would be to add in the percussion, or the slapping, that John does. And the way he does that, the song is in 4/4, and it's really simple. All you're going to do is tap on every beat. The only trick would be that he taps while he's playing a note. When he's playing the bass notes, he's tapping, and that's always going to be on the 1 and the 3, and then you're always going to tap with your hand on all the strings on the 2 and the 4 beat. So go thumb, to exaggerate it. They go back and forth like that. And when you can do it, you should be able to go, so that this is the pace I'm going to play out. 3, 4. So slowly it would go. So you would put the taps in, like on this chord. Let's say on the second chord he plays, he's going to play the thumb on this D sharp, and he taps that, and then he goes, and then you're going to tap after you play the third string, or after you play the B string, the second string. So you go. And the only exception to that is going to be when he goes into the pre-chorus. He does it like a lot less percussive and melodic, and then he goes back into the intro, and it kind of drives more. So I'm no expert, definitely a guitar. And like a lot of the time when I think I know something, I end up learning that I was wrong. But that's how I play Neon, and at least for now, and I hope it helps.